The Padres have a massive problem on their hands as a disappointing end to the season has revealed major holes on this team. What can be done to fix that? Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Today, we're discussing an article from Kevin Acee from the San Diego Union Tribune that basically talks about Padres heading into their first offseason since, I don't know, the loss. So what do they need to power up for the next offseason, or the next playoff, I should say. So, before anything, let's start with this. Now that we're season's over, we got some plans for you guys. Some really cool plans, I think. I also want to make a post eventually about what you guys want to see from us for video-wise for the offseason. But first of all, we're getting close to our first co-host collab video. I already have a plan for that, me and Christian do. So, if you get us there, we need like 100 subs left to get there. So, when we get there, we'll drop that video. But yeah, subscribe. Thank you for watching, as always. We're at the weird moment right now where the season's over for us, but we're technically not done with baseball because there's obviously still the postseason going on. So we're at a weird moment where it's too early to go full in free agency talks, and it's still too late, or it's over for us. So we have to like find things to talk about. So yeah, sorry I haven't posted in a while though, but I wanted a little break to cope. I don't know, but yeah. Let's just jump into it, right? So let's talk about our first part of the Kevin Acee article, the introduction, we'll call it. Not enough. Padres see themselves as a consistent playoff team, but that's not the goal anymore. CEO Eric Gruppener and the team leaders emphasize that only a World Series title will satisfy the organization. Despite strong regular seasons, 183 wins over 2 years, playoff exits have revealed deeper flaws. This team's winning culture is solid, but it hasn't yet translated to postseason dominance. With meetings, contract talks, and budget planning ahead, the front office knows upgrades are needed. Forgot to mention this like I normally do, but this Kevin Acee article, obviously read it if you want to read the whole thing, but I took it through my best friend ChatGPT and summarized it for you. You know the routine by now, but just in case, I still want to give Kevin Acee his full credit, but it is summarized. But basically, yeah, we're a good team that's not good enough. And you can always, and you saw it during the playoffs too, you could always tell that while the talent is there, like I keep saying it too, the talent is here, it's just mindsets, fundamentals, mechanics, it's not quite there. Like I said, we got the puzzle pieces, we just don't know how to arrange them yet. We're figuring it out. And it sucks, it's frustrating, because sometimes it goes really good, like 2024, the thing I really want to talk about, I wanted to make a postseason recap video, but I don't think it was necessary. But one point I really wanted to make is that you could tell from the difference between last year's team and this year's team, that this year's team just didn't have it. You know what I mean? Like, I still remember the moments we had in 2024 and how good they were. But, like, I can't think of that many 2025 moments, right? Like, I remember Jerks and Profar against the Nationals, that whole thing, or, like, all the epic moments in 2024, right? I know I just kind of listed one, but off the top of my head, I feel like I could probably name 2024 moments more than 2025 moments. But my point being with that is that this team just didn't have it this year. You know what I mean? It as in, like, the drive, the skill level, the overall just, like, team mechanics that make a successful team. This year was always going to be a struggle, and it was. And as we kind of saw it in the beginning of the offseason, and we were like, okay, let's just let things happen. And then we went on a hot streak. And then, yeah, just the rest of the year was kind of a struggle. And we'll talk about that at a later date. I want to make this straight. There we go. Maybe OCD. But let me not spend too much time talking about it. So, start with slug. San Diego's 2025 downfalls: no power, ranked 28th in home runs and 18th in runs scored. Their bullpen couldn't matter when the offense managed only 5 runs in 3 playoff games. Like, yeah, we traded for Mason Miller, and that's great. He did amazing, like some of the best pitching I've ever seen, genuinely. But it doesn't matter if our offense isn't giving them leads. Home runs win in the postseason, said one veteran, and recent champions that back that up statistically. And what do we not hit that much? Home runs. Was the only home run the Machado home run? Oh, no, there was a Merrill home run, but that was a solo home run. But only really the Machado home run actually made a huge difference. So, dang it. I was going to say a bad word, but I didn't want to. Dang it. Relying on singles and walk made run production too inconsistent across the year. Yeah, like I've been saying, the next man up mentality never really worked out for us. We need to find new sources of power, both from within, Machado, Tatis, and Merrill, and from acquisitions. Machado did have good power. Like, he was his, like, usual career average power-wise, like, around 30 home runs. Tatis, obviously not. Merrill, yes and no. He had moments, but not really. But obviously other things too, like Padres don't even have to make a giant splash. It's clear what they lacked this year, and it was the fact that Luis Arraez was playing a power position, hitting second and hit 290 with a sub 720 and 7 home runs. You need a first baseman that can provide 20 plus homers in order to win a division/World Series. Another depth starter like Verlander type character, and we ride. So yeah, I know I kind of got ahead of myself on that one actually, but basically the slug is something we really need to work on. And like, Arraez is going to be a free agent, right? We already know that. I don't know if we're going to re-sign him or not, but even if he does leave, we could re-sign O'Hearn, or even then just put Gavin Sheets at first base, and already your slug problem is slightly repaired, depending on what kind of Gavin Sheets we'll get next year. But it's not like we're screwed. You know what I mean? Like, we got moves to make, obviously, but we're not screwed. Internal power check, kind of like part 2 to the last point. Machado, Tatis, and Merrill all had career low home run rates and must bounce back in 2026. Yes, Machado was around 30, but it was still like lower on. That's like the lower end of his career as it goes. And he is getting older, obviously, right? Machado's homer rate, 1 every 22.78 at-bats, was his worst since 2014. Tatis was his lowest ever. Merrill's power dipped after 3 IL stints, but surged late. A positive sign for next year. Trade deadline addition Ramon Laureano hit 9 home runs in 50 games before injuring, showing big upside. And even with rebounds from the core, outside power remains a must to reach elite offensive levels. So what can they do? Despite budget talk, Preller's front office built 2 playoff teams on reduced spending. Past overspending, notably $256 in 2023, led to tighter constraints, but 2026 books look manageable. With expiring deals, Arraez, Cease, King, and options likely declined, Diaz, Wade, Hart, payroll could drop below $190 million. High-priced veterans like Machado and Bogaerts are long-term commitments, but manageable for now. Ownership's record attendance and revenue mean room to add power bats and a rotation arm. And I can show you this, right? Arraez is 14, Dylan Cease is about 14, Suarez is 12 million, Michael King about 8 million. And Eric Hosmer comes off the book, $17 million. So that's already $65 around $1 million freed up, which is good, right? That's a good, if we were going to do that, this is a horrible point, but my point is going to be that that's 2 $30 million a year contracts that we could get. Think like I'm not going to say Pete Alonso, but maybe like a Josh Naylor if he ever wants to come back for us. I don't think he does, to be honest. I'm sure he hates us. But it's a possibility, right? It's a possibility. But yeah, like we said, notable free agents: Arraez, Cease, Suarez, King, mutual option. So player option for Suarez if he wants to come back. I don't know why he would. Michael King, I don't also know why he would. Wandy Peralta, maybe. Ramon Laureano, yes, we can keep him. It's not up to him. I mean, no, yeah, I guess technically it's not up to him. And then Diaz, mutual, maybe. O'Hearn, Iglesias, Cortez. I would like to re-sign Iglesias low-key, but that may be just me. And then O'Hearn, I would also like to re-sign, even though we can do better than O'Hearn, I think as a fallback plan, and even as like a bench bat or like an outfield, like a kind of like what Sheets was for us this year, have it be that for Ryan O'Hearn. I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, going back real quick, what can they do? Spend money. Also, we talked about this like a couple months ago, I think at this point, but there was the possibility of getting an ESPN TV contract that they might sign a deal. They said in September that deal would probably be announced, and it's now October, so I don't know if it ever went through, because I haven't heard anything about it since. But if ESPN does acquire our rights, that'd obviously be way more money for us, but I hate ESPN, so take with that as you will. And then moving on, the Darvish dilemma. Yu Darvish, now 39, could retire, saving $16 million, or return under managed innings. His elbow issues limited him in 2025. The team must balance usage with reliability. If he stays, the rotation projects as Pivetta, Musgrove, Vasquez, Sears, and Darvish. Musgrove's return from Tommy John and Vasquez's breakout provide optimism. Still, San Diego might pursue one starter for depth and injury insurance. So yeah, let me start by showing you this. All-time bad start from Yu Darvish on that one day. What was it, like Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Hell of a career. Hope he retires. Darvish will always be one of my favorite Padres. I love watching Darvish. I love watching him pitch. I love his attitude. I love his everything. I don't think we have a place for a 40-year-old pitcher on this team. And it makes me really sad because Yu Darvish is still a good pitcher, honestly, in my opinion. But we don't have the resources, I guess, the time to really. We're trying to win, right? We don't have time for maybes. We need resolutes. We need consistency. We need every single day. Well, for a pitcher, we'll say every single start they go out there, and you'll know they'll do a good enough job that they'll win us a game. Yu Darvish can be that for us, but he's not always that for us. So some days it's a good start, some days it's a bad start. We need consistency in this team. That's the biggest thing we didn't have this year, consistency. I don't think Yu Darvish has that. I don't want to see him play for another team, but if he wants to get traded, I don't know if he can. I'm sure he could. But if he wants to get traded to like the White Sox or something, or like someone with no like substantial like net loss from getting Darvish, that's cool. But if he retires, I'm not going to say good. I'll be like, I understand. I understand. I don't want to see it, but if it happens, I understand. I love Darvish, but he's not as good as he was when we first signed him. And that's obvious. He's going to be 40, right? But another level, the clubhouse culture is strong. Players and staff describe it as a family. And yeah, there's been talks about toxicity in our what's the word, clubhouse. Like Machado's toxic, Bogaerts is toxic. That video of them coming out and like yelling at the umpire. I mean, let's be honest. Yelling at the umpire, maybe that wasn't the classiest thing ever, but also that umpire kind of screwed us. And I'm sure emotions were high. Like the Padres were just about to lose the wild card, or they did actually. So I get it. If people want to call us toxic, fine. I don't really care. Our job is not to make the entire league love us. Our job is to win games. And Padre fans already love the Padres. So like, who is there to impress? You know what I mean? Who is there to make good? If you have to be the Detroit Pistons in 1990s, call ourselves the bad boys, I don't care. I'm here to win. But manager Mike Shildt built belief in winning on the margins. The team led MLB in close game wins 57%. Veterans and coaches want to see more killer instinct and consistency. Players like Jackson Merrill and Ramon Laureano are reviewed as emotional leaders to push that edge. And I love that Jackson Merrill is like 22 and 23, and he's already like a clubhouse leader. That's why Jackson Merrill is going to be a big thing for us for the remaining, 8-9 years on his contract. So yeah, having Ramon Laureano will be huge for us. Even if he doesn't even start, like if we sign a better left fielder, I still think having him on the bench as a potential DH or just a fielder. Like if we get Kyle Schwarber, obviously Laureano will play in the outfield. But if it's someone like much better on defense, having him as a DH, not bad, right? The message, culture, and chemistry are good, but the next level demands dominance. And again, like I said, it's not on here, but like I said, consistency. Consistency. So power play. Outfield is locked. I wouldn't say locked, but sure. Laureano, Merrill, Tatis, all capable of more power. Gavin Sheets provides depth and a possible DH platoon option. The main need a slugger at first base, or DH, not another contact bat. Big free agents, Alonso, Josh Naylor are unrealistic. Smart midseason ads are more likely. Yeah, I don't know how much Josh Naylor is going to cost, but it might be too expensive. Pete Alonso, absolutely. And I don't hate Pete Alonso. I think he'd actually be good on this team, but I just don't want another $10 million or a 10-year, $400 million contract until he's like 45. Like, we don't need another one of those on our team. We need someone who has something to lose. You know what I mean? Something to prove, something to lose. Like Laureano had something to prove and some things to lose. O'Hearn, kind of the same thing. Even though he didn't play that great for us compared to his Oriole days, like he still had something to prove, right? He was going to be a free agent. You know what I'm saying? We need people hungry. You know what I mean? We need hungry people. Like Tyler Wade, for example. Man plays his heart out every single day when he was on our team. So I just want people who want to win. You know what I mean? Like screw securing screw having the bag securely secured. I want hungry people on this team, and I'm sure everyone does. Obviously, it's not like a hot take, but you know what I mean. But Preller may again rely on trade deadline adjustments, but the front office knows they can't wait too long. And I know we're talking about prospects like being just like depleted. I saw a post about prospects. I might make another video on that, but we're not like depleted. Just let Preller do his thing. Let's be honest. We keep reloading the farm system like every single year. We'll have some names still. You know what I mean? We still have some names. But now, closing takeaways. That's the last one. Yeah, closing takeaways. Padres foundation is strong. Now it's about powering up. Internal rebounds plus one big bat can transform their October potential. Playoff flexibility gives them breathing room to stay competitive. Leadership believes 2026 can be another level season if the power problem gets fixed. Bottom line, San Diego has built a contender to win it all. They need firepower. What I don't want us to get are content players. I need hungry players. Don't just sign 40-year-old Nelson Cruz or 50-year-old Jason Hayward. Like, give us some young, hungry guys. If we got to spend a little bit for it, fine, right? Also, please apply if you haven't and you want to. But I think Preller knows what needs to be done. Will he do it? I don't know. Depending on financial constraints, I don't know. But I think this team knows what needs to be done. And that is put together a team. Not buy a team, put together a team. We bought a team in 2023. It didn't work. Put together a team. I don't think the financial restraints are honestly the worst thing to ever happen to this team. It makes Preller get more creative. And if anyone can be creative, it is AJ Preller. And that's also why I kind of want him back. If you agree with me, that's a moot point. We'll talk about that in another video. But if you want to put it in the comments, feel free. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel. Do you agree with what Kevin AC said? Who do you think you want in free agency and what positions? What's our biggest need? Just give me everything you think about it. And yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe as always and go Padres. Goodbye. I'll see you next year, Padres. I'll still miss you. I'll make videos, but you know what I mean. Also, comment if you guys, what kind of ideas you guys want. I'll make a post, like I said. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, now goodbye.